Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Tundramission. I wanted to get on here today, talk about a few things that I would change about my new Toyota Tundra if I could. If we could actually buy this truck a la carte. In other words, you could start with a simple SR5 and then turn it into the truck that you want. Now, before we get going, what I have is a 2024 Toyota Tundra SR5, and it has the TSS off-road package. What that basically means is some color blackout options and some badging on the sides. Back on the edges of the bed, it says TSS off-road on it. That's really all that it means. Now, what do I mean by some things that I would change? After having the truck for a while and having had other ones in the past, there's a few things that are missing or just little tweaks that I'd make to what I got if I could. Gotta say, I love the truck. I think it's awesome, and I am really happy to have another Toyota Tundra. Great truck. But let's go ahead and jump right in. First off, HomeLink. I do not have HomeLink in this truck, and I think in this day and age, man, unless you're buying the absolute basement bottom model, they should all come with HomeLink. And I don't have a problem paying for that. It shouldn't be a package-specific option or a level where you have to be at this package and above before you get HomeLink. I mean, everybody's got garage doors. Most people, not everybody. And those of us that do, well, then we probably have up and down automatic garage doors. In other words, there's a motor on there connected to a switch, right? I wish it had that. I ended up putting in my own HomeLink version. It's simply a momentary switch hooked into the clicker, if you will, with the clicker hidden underneath the dash, and then I just hit the switch. It works okay, it's fine, but obviously that's not a finished stock piece or stock option. I just think they all should come with it, and if I could go a la carte, HomeLink is something that I would put in this particular truck. Next up, the larger radio or infotainment screen. I go back and forth on this because on the one hand, the screen kind of looks like a big iPad in there, right? It's kind of like this big floating screen that looks a little bit out of place. Whereas what I have, the smaller screen, is integrated into the dash. I mean, it looks like it should be there. But I love the bigger screens. I say, bring on the tech, give me more. And I wish that mine had that. And I wish that I could add it again a la carte without having to go to a whole bunch of other things that I don't want. Next up, power driver's seat. I have a manual seat, and it's not a huge deal to me. And there's really only one reason, I guess, why I wish it had power. And that is to be able to get the seat at the right angle, particularly just that front part. The front part that's right under your thighs, right behind your knees, right? Because in my truck, it feels like it's pointed down a little bit too far. And I actually bought some seat jackers to put in there to raise the front part of that seat up. They're by Desert Does It. There is a link down below if you want to check them out. But you shouldn't have to do that. And if I had power seats, I feel like I would have been able to adjust the front part of that seat enough to get it to where it's comfortable for me. I couldn't imagine going on a long distance trip, and this is why I did it, because I am going to go on a long distance trip with this truck, and sitting there with no support under the front part of your knees or your legs, I guess. Just not good. Should come with the option, I guess, to get power adjustable seats again without going up as far as trim level or package goes. Number 4, and this is purely aesthetic, the TRD or the Pro or the Toyota grill. By that, I mean the grill that has the option for the LED lights in the front, also has the TRD badging across the top. I love that look. I think it's a much better look on the truck. Not that what it has is horrible. Honestly, the grill that I have did allow me to do a little bit of a mod in the form of painting the Toyota emblem. That was pretty cool and a pretty fun mod to do. But I do prefer the Pro style or Heritage style, whatever you want to call it, grill. Now, it used to be that you could easily replace that part. You could go ahead, pop the grill off, remove the center section, and put the TRD Pro section in. But Toyota has put a stop to that for the most part, because now to do that, you really have to take off the whole front part of the truck. It's a lot more involved. There's louvers in there that you have to screw with, all kinds of connections and things. I mean, it's just not good. It's not like it used to be, and it's too bad. I wish Toyota would have left the grill alone, and then we could have at least changed it if we wanted to easily. I've looked into it. I haven't ruled it out yet myself. I'm just not sure that I want a chance breaking anything as far as body panels and go. On the sides, you have to loosen the fender flares. I just don't know if I want to get that in depth and chance ruining something, because that would be a drag. I would rather just leave it alone than ruin something, right? But I may still do it. And honestly, the cost of that part alone is not too expensive. It's when you add in the other things that it has, like the louvers, if you're going to replace those, or the LED light area, the light bar that's in there. That is where you start to run into an expense. Lastly, and this is purely aesthetic, although somewhat functional, I suppose, and that is color. Now, color is my fault. I didn't have to buy the color I bought. I chose to buy it. It is black. The problem is, where I live, there's a lot of sun, and the truck gets very, very hot. So when I jump inside, it's smoking in there, right? I should have, honestly, if I was being frugal or realistic, I should have bought white. Because down here, white is the best color to have, I think, but it's white. I didn't want just white. Although I am a fan of the Stormtrooper theme, so that might have worked for me. Now, the colors that I like the most on the new Tundra are the Solar Octane. I think that's a great color for the truck. The Terra, which is that kind of brown red or smoked red. I don't even know what you call it. It's kind of like a terracotta color, almost. Love that color on the truck. I've never seen any of them around, so I don't know how many Toyota builds in that color, but it's a great color for the truck. And lastly, Blueprint. Blueprint is a pretty cool color too. Lunar Rock, that also looks good on the Tundra. Any one of those, I probably should have sought out a little bit more. But when I went to buy the truck, they had exactly what I wanted as far as price goes, and for the most part, options without stepping up into a TRD version or a limited version or anything higher that I just didn't need and didn't want to go to. Anyway, those are just a few things, a few tweaks, additions, or changes that I would have made if I could have to my Toyota Tacoma. Again, I love the truck. I think it's awesome. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of an a la carte option. Is that something you'd be interested in, where you could actually just choose the trim level and then go down a list of features that you want? That way you don't have to pay for anything extra either. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.